Hi, friends. Well, today is our last night in Washington, D.C., and so we're leaving tomorrow, and I am already boo-hooing about leaving baby Francis. Ugh, but I know we'll be back, so I just have to, buck up. I wanted to tell you about a story that happened to me while I have been here that might be helpful to you. It's a public service announcement. So, this is what happened to me. So we arrive in DC. I'm feeling fine. Get to the hotel, feeling fine. Now, mind you, we got here on the 5th, and Julia did not have the baby till the 10th. Okay, so we were here 5 days where we could really spend time with Julia and Dan and enjoy them and prepare for the baby. So the first few days I was fine, and then just like the day before the baby is born, I start feeling congested and a little bit drippy. And I'm freaking out and worried that I'm getting a cold. I come all this way to be here for Julia and help her with the baby, and now I'm going to get a cold. Oh my God, I was just kind of devastated. And part of the reason that I felt that way is because when I had my first child, my mother had a cold, a true cold, and she asked if she could come see the baby, and I said no. I still regret that. It was so mean. Anyways, so I said to Julia before we visited at the hospital, I said, Julia, I have a little bit of a sneeze, and my nose is acting kind of funny. I said, if you don't want me to come to the hospital, I'm okay with that. I'll stay away for a couple days and make sure I'm okay. She was so beautiful and generous. She said, no, Mom, it's just something minor. Just put a mask on. She said she's been exposed to all the bacteria in the hospital. I'm sure it's fine. So we both put masks on. We went to the hospital, and that was fine. The next day, when they come home from the hospital, or the next time I see them when they come home from the hospital, I'm worse. I'm sneezing every 5 seconds. I'm really dripping. At night, I'm super congested. My eyes are really, really a mess, watery and everything. But I literally went to CVS. I bought a thermometer. I tested myself every 5 minutes. I had no temperature. I had no sore throat. I know you know already what I'm going to tell you, but I'm just saying that I took all these precautions. I took a COVID test just to make sure that I didn't have any problems. I felt fine, except I was completely, So I called Julie again. I said, I didn't call her actually. I wore a mask. I went over there and I said to her, Julia, I'm worried that I really have something, like a little cold, because I'm really sneezing. And so if you want me to stay away, I will stay away. She says to me, Mom, you have allergies and you are going to be fine. And don't worry about it. It's fine, she said. I thought about it and I thought, well, maybe that's right, because I don't have any really cold. I don't feel bad. I just am real. Ugh. So I stayed that day. I wore the mask the whole time. And then that night, I got a note in my feed. I got a notice for adult onset allergy. And these were the symptoms: sneezing, congestion, watery eyes, and nasal dripping, which is exactly what I had. And finally I thought, oh my God, Dr. Julia was right. I just have allergies. I was so relieved, because I was worried all this time that I was going to have to stay away from baby Francis when we'd come all the way out here to help. So the story has a happy ending. I had adult onset allergy. And thanks to my daughter, Dr. Julia, I figured it out. The next day, I felt much better. And since then, of course, it's rained. So the pollen has really decreased. And I've been a lot better. It's a funny thing to find out, though, when you're in the middle of trying to take care of a new grandchild. Ah, well, so that's the PSA. Don't worry if you get adult onset allergy. That's all it is. It's not a cold.